Hey guys, Assalamualaikum and a very good day to you all. My name is Dr. Ahmad and today I will be demonstrating on the construction of base plates and occlusal rims. Before we start, what is a base plate? Base plate is an interim or permanent denture base to support wax rim for the purpose of recording maxillomandibular relationship. There are various types of materials available that categorized into temporary and permanent as shown in the figure. For today's demonstration, we will be focusing on constructing the temporary base plate using the cold cure acrylic. The armamentarium that you need are a wax knife, Lacrons cover, silicone bowl, a spirit lamp, and a hot plate or a blade scraper. For the materials, you need cold cure acrylic consisting of polymer and monomer, and also a pink modeling wax. To start with, draw a line using a pencil along the deepest sulcus of the master cast as shown by the technician. The line indicates the border of the base plate that needs to be covered. To construct a base plate, make sure to relieve any undercut and block all undercut with plaster of Paris to relieve the areas. It is advisable that you soak the master cast in the water first for about 5 minutes before blocking the undercut. Remember, blocking the undercut is optional depending on the design that you have constructed, whether you want to use the undercut for retention or not. Next, mix powder and liquid cold cure acrylic resin according to manufacturer's instructions into a silicone bowl. This video is only for demo purposes. Please handle the cold cure acrylic in a fume cupboard as the liquid monomer produces gas which is toxic if inhaled for a prolonged period and also highly flammable. Mix homogeneously and let it set for a while. It is advisable to cover the silicone bowl while waiting for it to set. The mixture will undergo 5 stages of polymerization reactions: the sandy stage, stringy stage or spiderweb-like stage, dough-like stage, rubbery or elastic stage, and stiff stage. Make sure the acrylic reaches the dough stage as it is much easier to handle the material. Bear in mind that the cold cure acrylic is self-cured. The acrylic will be stiff directly after the dough stage. You should handle the acrylic as quickly and efficiently as possible to construct the base plate. Once the material has reached the dough stage, flatten the dough with approximately 2 mm in thickness and adapt the acrylic material to the cast starting from the center to the periphery to prevent any wrinkles. You can use water to prevent the acrylic from sticking on the rolling pin or glass. Remove and trim the excess acrylic using wax knife or Lacron and adapt the acrylic in between the sulcus as shown before it is set. Wait until the polymerization completed. Next, remove the excess acrylic and sharp edges using acrylic burr and smoothen the surfaces using mandrel sandpaper. You can also use a fisher burr to remove the sharp edges in small spaces. As for the result, the baseplate should record every peripheral sulcus, including its anatomical landmark, fits and adapt well with the master cast and smooth rounded edges. The same procedure applied for the mandibular master cast. Next, let's move on to the construction of occlusal rim. The occlusal rim functions as the occluding surfaces fabricated on the base plate using pink modeling wax. It is for the purpose of recording maxillomandibular relation and also teeth setup. First, we must prepare the working cast by drawing the marks that are essential for occlusal rim construction. The maxillary cast consists of incisive papilla, canine line, and the midline as dotted by the technician. On the other hand, for the mandibular cast, mark the midpoint of the retromolar pad and place a straight line over the center of the ridges extending from anterior to posterior. The central foci of the lower posterior teeth will coincide with the line drawn to enhance denture stability. To start off, a sheet of pink wax is taken, and one end of the wax is softened over the flame and rolled to a width of 4 mm. The wax should be softened adequately and rolled carefully to avoid entry of air bubbles. The roll is again heated over the flame and consecutive rolls are made to form a single thick cylinder wax. The rolled cylinder of wax is adapted over the base plate and follows the arch curvature. For the upper occlusal rim, place the maxillary base plate on the cast. Add the roll wax rim on the upper base plate starting from the tuberosity area and press the roll wax against the crest of the ridge. Seal the wax to the base plate with melted wax. Smoothen the labial and buccal contour using a heated wax knife and melted the wax as shown by the technician. The occlusal surface can be smoothened and leveled by using a hot plate. Please be careful on handling the hot plate as it may burn your hand. The dimensions of each rim are as follows: 12mm height at molar area and 22mm height at anterior. The width would be 10mm at the molar area and 6mm to 8mm wide at the anterior area. Redraw the straight line from the previous point of the center ridges to determine the adequate thickness of the occlusal rim. Make sure the line is situated at the center width of the occlusal rim. For the lower occlusal rim, the same procedures are applied. The wax rim must be added centered over the crest of the ridge following the previous draw line that we have drawn. Terminate just the anterior to the retromolar pad and make the occlusal plane parallel to the base cast. The distal occlusal height is 2/3 to half of the retromolar pad height, while the base plate should cover the whole area of the retromolar pad. The dimensions of each rim are as follows: 18 mm height at the anterior and 10 mm wide at the molar area and 4 mm wide at the anterior area. Knead and tidy the rims until it is smooth and shiny. You can use gauze soaked in water to remove any residue and polish the occlusal rim. And this would be the result of the occlusal rim. Thanks for watching.